Wait, here on the South African Morning. Good to be with you. I'm Gareth Edwards. Let's talk about motoring issues and licensing issues for a moment. Frustrated motorists with expired driver's licenses are going to find out shortly whether or not we're going to get another reprieve. I take you back to August of last year. The Transport Department announcing an extended grace period for learner's licenses, driving license cards, temporary driving licenses and professional driving permits as well, PDPs. That period ends today. So the Transport Minister, Fikile Mbalula, previously stated there would be no further extensions. Well, what does Wayne Duvenage from Outer have to say about this? Good morning to the Outer CEO. And people are furious. It's our viewer question this morning, Wayne. And many people are saying they're happy to comply, but the system is a complete failure. They cannot be law-abiding citizens, even if they wanted to be.
Absolutely. This is a problem that has been exacerbated by COVID, obviously, but it was there long before COVID. And make no mistake, Gareth, people don't want to drive with expired driver's licenses. We know that overzealous police officers take advantage of these situations, and we are law-abiding citizens. But when the government makes it very difficult to abide by the law, their systems are archaic, they crash, they are very difficult, make it very difficult for people to get their licenses renewed. What option do they have but to drive without vehicle licenses that are extended? So it is a place where anxiety levels are heightened as a result of government's inefficiency. It is not something that government can just wish away or place back in the lap of their citizens. And we're not talking about 100 or 200 or 1,000 or 10,000. We're talking hundreds of thousands of motorists, over 1 million. We have calculated that will be in this predicament come tomorrow. So government cannot wish it away. They have to own this problem. They have to work with civil society to fix it.
And if it doesn't work, though, seeing a report that there is consideration, Wayne, for civil disobedience. I get flashbacks from the e-tolls on civil disobedience. Tell me about this maneuver.
Well, you know, it's not a case of we just want to go and stick it to government and create lawlessness. What we want to do is to find solutions for citizens when they find themselves in a situation that they are stopped and they don't have their license renewed, and they've tried, they've done what they can. No court is going to rule against individuals in that case, especially to the extent that this problem exists in this country. So what we want to do is to put a plan in place that empowers and enables citizens to stand their rights, know their rights, and elect to go to court. And if enough people do that, then the courts and government have to go back to not so much the courts, because they're just trying to do their job, but they become clogged up with unnecessary cases which have been exacerbated and put into the court's laps from government's inefficiency. And so you force government to go back to the drawing board as a result of this predicament that they put citizens in. So it's not a full-blown civil disobedience campaign as we had advocated for in the e-toll matter, because e-tolls we believed were unlawful at the time. This is an issue that is a problem for citizens. We want to get our driver's license renewed. We just can't do so, and we're going to have to force government to sit up and take note.
And Wayne, I'm going to leave this as a last question to you. Someone watching now could be one of those drivers where the license has expired. They've tried everything they can, but they're going to get pulled over in a roadblock. What are the rights? Am I supposed to carry a piece of paper with me to say that I've tried to book, but the system keeps crashing? What do I do if I get pulled over and my license has expired, but I've tried to do everything I can?
Well, first of all, have your expired driver's license with you, and just do not argue, do not fight with traffic police officers. If they want to fine you, take the fine and elect then to go to court when you do come. In other words, you don't pay that fine, and we will have on our website the guidelines that people should follow. And if enough people do this, the government will have to sit up and listen. But have your license with you. Of course, if you've just not bothered to try and get your license, then you've put yourself yourself in a more difficult position. So keep trying to get your driver's license renewed, but make notes of every attempt that you have made. Document that so that you've got this evidence when and if it ever does come to court. We don't believe it ever will. We don't believe the courts will ever summons people in this regard.
Wayne, we appreciate it as always. I'm sure as drivers in South Africa getting intimidated and bullied, we're hearing reports being pulled over. But OUTA CEO Wayne Duvenage, appreciate your time. No doubt we're going to follow up again with Wayne and other organisations like OUTA as we wait for the announcement from the Transport Minister. Is there going to be an extension? If so, how long?